Well, it's my 80th day, first video of two today. It's the new year, this is January, and I'm ready to go on. I want to make a correction. You know, every time I go to teach, I look at what did I teach last time, and I see little mistakes I made. When I was telling you about the Christmas story, when the angel Gabriel announced to the Virgin Mary that she was going to have a baby, the Messiah, that's called the Annunciation, not the Revelation. I make these mistakes, and I caught it. All right, another thing. I took a vacation over the, which I think was a good thing to do. Over the holidays, I did not read my poem, The Eve of Christmas. I did not read any of the Song of Mary's Daughter. Next year. I'll do it next year. I don't have to be in that big of a hurry. So I say, I'll save this for next year. As a matter of fact, it's kind of part of my plan that, boy, I hope that the camera's right. I'm going to just try turning that just a little bit. I hadn't better. I'm hoping that'll work. I'm going to do, at least this is what I'm thinking now. Next year, I'll do a 0.5 series, like the first day, fifth video, 1.5, 2.5. This would be 80.5. And whether there's a 0.4 or not, and that'll be a sign that I've added on a kind of a commentary to what I've taught. That's my plan currently, because I go along and I think, oh, I could add this, I should have said that. And so that'll be a sign. That's in my thinking, and the Song of Mary's Daughter would be in the 0.5 section, as will a lot of other stuff, I'm sure. All right, what am I doing? You know, in this video, I don't so much want to teach you more. I want to remind you of what the heck's going on here. I'm a retired school teacher. I taught 8th grade for many years. Humanities was my subject. I graduated from Harvard. I was an English major. And anyway, I wanted to teach one more year, so I'm teaching in a barn. I'm teaching online. That's why I'm all dressed up. It's still cold down here. That's what I'm doing. I intend to teach 180 days of the class. I want to teach a class that I taught for many years, 20, 25 years, maybe 30 variants of this class. And I wanted to teach it one more time. That's what I'm doing. I'll tell you what I will do in a moment, but it occurred to me that I rather hope, see, if I didn't believe that this is a good class, I wouldn't be doing this. I rather hope that in the future there will be some teachers that use me online as a kind of a guest speaker. I've found that I can usually teach in 15 minutes or so, maybe 20. I can cover the material that it took me in a public school the 42, 45 minute period to cover. You know, there aren't the distractions, the attendance and all that kind of stuff. That doesn't go on. So, you know, I'm rather hoping that these videos could be used as a point of departure for a subsequent 15 or 20 minutes of discussion. It even occurred to me they could be regarded as homework. This could be like a textbook. Kids could say, hey, you go home and watch video 80.1, and tomorrow we'll talk about it in class, although I don't believe in homework. But anyway, what I am doing is I'm teaching my class one last time, and I'm trying to tailor it to a 180-day school year. What will I do? Well, we're on the 80th day. What I've done so far is, well, it'll be similar. I'm going to continue to do the same sort of thing, but the material will change. The second half of the year is going to be more devoted to foreign language. I laid a lot of groundwork for that, especially in the month of December. In about a week, I'm going to pick up syntax where morphology left off. I'm going to teach you how to diagram sentences the Reed Kellogg way. And then and continually I'll keep that chronological survey moving up through time. We've made it to the Romans and the early Christians, and we're going to keep coming up through time. But I'm going to turn my attention to foreign language. By the end of January, I will be teaching some Spanish, and then I'll introduce students to French. And then German, even though in the public school where I taught, they did not offer that. And Latin and Greek, just a little bit. so that students, I always did this, so students could have some idea of what are they getting into if they choose to study these languages. And so that's what I'll do. I plan to make it 180 days. I may sort of double up or go faster at certain points because currently I'm thinking very seriously about taking making a trip to Europe in the middle of May, and I'll continue to tell you about that. It has very much to do with foreign languages. All right. Anyway, I want to remind you that if you would see videos 9.2 and 9.3, I think that's where I lay out where a set of notes should go. humanitiesnotes.webs.com, that's a set of notes that's online, especially there if you would look at the section of websites that are listed. That's useful. I continue. I wanted to say this. I realized that this year most of my viewers are not 13 years old or 14 years old, and yet that's what this course was used for. This was to teach 13-year-olds and 14-year-olds. Now I think it really pushed them, and I'm flattered that older people are watching this, but I think 13-year-olds and 14-year-olds can learn this material, and so I have to still think in my mind about those kids that I was teaching, and I miss them. I've begun to realize that. I really miss the energy that came off those kids, and I miss that challenge of physically, eyeball to eyeball, dealing with them and trying to get them to understand the magic of this stuff. Well, all right, now, tomorrow I'm going to start to talk about A Midsummer Night's Dream. The version 1999 with Kevin Kline. That's the one that I'd like you to find some way to see it. Why I'm doing that is just like at the beginning of the year. I figure that coming out of the Christmas vacation, no other teachers are showing a movie. So why not vary the kids' day or week? I did this in September, right at the very beginning. If you've been watching these, I started off with Shakespeare's a movie version, Kenneth Branagh's version of Much Ado About Nothing. Well, I'm going to do it again, A Midsummer Night's Dream, and so tomorrow I'll start to talk about that. If you could find some way to get a hold of the movie or watch it, that would be great. Buy it. It's not very expensive. You can rent it for 48 days or 48 hours, I think, on Amazon.com for maybe $4. I looked on YouTube, and I couldn't really find an easy way for you to watch it on YouTube, but that's the one that I would like you to try to find. And whether you find it or not, for the next about 3 days, I'm going to be talking about that movie before we then go back into stuff that's more normal. All right, that's got us going again. I've got one more video to show you today.